Hi, family. So today we're going to talk about a topic that caught me by surprise, and my wife scared me there for a moment, thinking that I did something wrong, and she came up to me and said, "We need to talk about fighting." And I just looked at her like, "What did I do?" And she looked at me. She says, "No, we got to talk about fighting." So basically, it was making a video for our couples out there. When me and her talk, it's usually on couples, and at first, she caught me off guard. She just stormed from the kitchen and said, "We need to talk about fighting." A million thoughts. My pastor told me about 64,000 thoughts going through your mind. I think a million went through mine. It's like trying to clean up everything in my act. Like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I didn't do nothing wrong. It's just she caught me off guard, so she got that one on me. So basically, I'll let her start it off and see where this go from. Like I said, we don't practice this, and so being that she came up with the topic and everything, I don't know how to start it, so I'll give it to her.
Hi, I'm trying to be obedient and do videos when God is telling me to do videos. So the topic that came to my mind was just about fighting, and just in general, right? Just thinking about us and our growth in the 19 years we've been together, 18 years married, and how far we've come, how far I've come, how far you've come, how far we've come together. But just knowing that when we started out, I used to shut down, right? That was my go to, that was my defense mode. Whenever we got into any type of argument, I used to just shut down because that's what I used to do all my life throughout my childhood and everything. If something went wrong, I would just shut down and not speak to somebody for days or forever. Some people are gone out of my life forever, but not knowing how to make that function in a marriage. And for you, it was that you're an outspoken person, but that you've learned throughout the years to be more careful with what you're saying instead of just saying everything in the moment of anger, which was hurtful to me. So, it was like a cycle that we had going on, and how we've learned to get better at having conversations, at arguing, even, because not that we're perfect and we don't argue, but the story that came to mind for me that I don't want you to tell, but that I think you need to tell, is how in the beginning, how I used to shut down and how that made you feel, and what we used to go through and what you did to help fix that with us.
Wow. Well, when she shut down, she shut down. Really. You know, I was sleeping at the edge of the bed with half a leg out, half arm out, scared to move, thinking I would fall, and scared to move to the other side that she knocked me in the head or something because she used to be that angry. And she used to stay all the way to her side too, like, don't touch me. That's what used to scare me. Like, if I touch her by mistake when I turn around, and I try to get her to the side as much as I can. After that, I made jokes about it, about how I almost fell and all that. But coming to the story is that the fact is that, you know, it was turning me crazy. It was turning me so crazy that at one point I said, I can't be like this. I guess we got to break up because I'm going to catch an ulcer. And like I tell people, I'm too skinny to catch an ulcer. It'll kill me. And so, one day I said, oh man, how are we going to talk about this? And I used to apologize to her. But when she shut down, she didn't want to hear it. Like, it's too late to apologize after you did it. Simple as that. But I felt the same way too. So it's not just her. And so So one day I told her, it was nighttime. I said, let's go out. She was still half, not feeling that good about it, even though I had already said I apologize and all that. But it's like I had to take words out of her for her to talk to me. So I said, let's get in the car. I got in the car, and as you know, we live in Scranton. And I got in the car and I drove all the way to Lackawanna State Park. It was nighttime. There is no lights out there at night at all. So her knowing my past and things like that, I'm sure a million thoughts went through her mind too. What is he gonna kill me and throw me in the lake, or you know? I don't know if I could say I did that on purpose or nothing, but I was looking for was a place where nobody could bother. It would have been funny if a bear would have hit the window, but it didn't
We
happen.
wouldn't.
So basically, I turned the car off, and that made her look even more defensive. And when I turned the car off, I said, "We really need to stop what we're doing. You know, you're killing me. You're killing me. You know, I can't be like that. I cannot sleep in a cold bed. You know, and I know you don't like it either. You know, you see his frustration. You know, and you know, we do wear masks." At the time things like this was happening, we was going to groups and things like that. Nobody ever knew nothing. Hi, you know, and all this. As soon as the door closed, serious face back. And I spoke to her and I told her, this is killing both of us, and I don't know, I can't do it no more. If you could do it, you know, I'm sorry. You know, and it came down to where we both listened to each other's gripe, you know, and thought about it. And we helped each other by telling each other what we didn't like. That's important. If you don't like something about your spouse, your girlfriend, friend, you know, you hear them out and listen, and you need to speak. And I don't mean speak the way I used to speak. I was blunt, you know. I guess I was too straight out without thinking about how a person could take it, right? Because sometimes you could say the same thing, and just by the tone of your voice, it changes the definition. So that was me, you know. And we spoke about it, and we're doing pretty good. Not saying that we don't argue anymore, but really, we have our differences, but we don't argue. So I'll say that,
Right.
you know. She got one word that she says that brings me back to reality. If she sees me, she knows me very well. I don't think right now nobody knows me better than she do, you know. And she'll look at me and say, "It ain't that serious." It's almost like the argument's over, right? There's not an argument. Now it's a conversation. And the thing with that is that at the same time, we do not talk to each other while we're angry. We'll talk about everything, you know, and laugh at a TV show and everything else, but we both knows that that problem is still there. And then we talk about it when we calm down.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you're angry, you have the tendency of shutting down. Your spouse could be telling you the right thing, but you don't want to hear it because you're angry. So we learned that we could not talk while we're angry. And you know, we make these videos, and you know, as a husband and wife, we get the questions a lot. You know, we tell people not to praise us because people talk about us like, "Wow, you're the best," and we tell them no. You know, we have couples that we look up to as well.
Yeah.
You know, because we've learned always try to be with more positive people than us.
Right.
And we look for couples that have been together 35 years, 40 years,
Right.
you know, and we speak. And I mean, we get the same thing from them. They don't mean that they don't argue.
Right.
Or rather, let's say, not get angry for certain things. They wind up speaking to one another. And there's two couples that we spoke to, and I tell them, if I have a real issue, you're the ones we're going to, you know, because we're learning.
Right.
Just the way we try to teach. The only thing is we're not withholding none of the knowledge we're getting.
Right.
We would like to give it back to you.
Yeah. 'Cause I'll tell you guys, marriage is not easy, right? It's a daily choice. You have to choose every day that you want to stay married, that you want to be with this person, that, you know, you're going to go in for the long haul, that it's forever, right? It's hard. It's not easy, especially on those days when you're angry, especially on those days when you're just not in the mood to talk to anybody. I'm talking about myself right now. When you're not in the mood to deal with anybody, you just want to be quiet, you just want to spend some time by yourself. You have to decide, right, that there's somebody else in your life that you've chosen to be your partner for life, and that you want to be with that person, and we know each other and we get it, and he knows when I just need some quiet time and some alone time. But you have to be willing to talk about all that. Like, Victor's saying, you have to be willing to talk about all that and really get to know each other. This is your person. This is not part-time, like your friends that you grew up with. Again, I'm talking about myself. Your friends that you grew up with, your siblings, your parents, your whoever. Once you've made this decision to be in this marriage, this is your person. This is who you're making your life with. This is who you're sleeping with. This is who you're living with. At the end of the day, when the doors close, it's me and him. So this is who I need to make sure gets me, knows me, and that I get him, and that I know him, and that we want to make it work. Right?
Okay. And with that, I'll just say that we know each other, that if I see she's upset about something and don't want to talk about it, sometimes she's down here and I'm upstairs. That don't mean we mad at each other, and it don't even have nothing to do with one another.
Right.
It's just that we know each other that well that
right
now I don't want to talk about nothing. Yeah. Not even good stuff. Yeah. I don't want to talk about nothing. Yeah. I'm just going to watch it and watch my shows and call it a day.
Yeah.
You know? And I go upstairs, watch the TV. I'll be happy because I'll be able to use the remote control by myself because I can't use it down here. But listen, I love you guys, and I hope that, what my wife felt, that she felt like she needed to make this video. Yeah. And, and again, the good thing about these videos when me and her make is not something that we really sit down and say, you're going to say this, I'm going to say that. We get caught out there. We speak about it. God speaks to us, and we need to share anything that got to do with God, because everything that got to do with him is right.
Amen.
All right? So God bless you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and wait until God puts something in her mind so we could talk again, because I don't dare ask her about let's make a video, because she look at me like I'm crazy. Like I'm not part of your Real Talk with Victor.
I'm not.
Yes, she is. I don't need to. Don't believe her. I love you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Real Talk with Victor. God bless you.